probably see some extra scenes that you didn't see. You have a printable heads or tails pilot script. In other words, you stick the disc into your DVD-ROM and you can print out the script from the original pilot. You got storyboards for the unproduced opening title sequence. In other words, what would have been. You got original dig concept art, as well as deleted and extended scenes. The deleted and extended scenes are basically storyboarded, so you can get the idea of what would have been had the animators and the writers, basically the team that worked on the series, had enough time to do it. And even here, right here on the description, they mention the fact that the show is dubbed SatAM by the fans. And it's got DVD artwork by the fans, for the fans, with packaging composed of original fan art. Basically what that means is that Brian Ward, who is in charge of this, came up with the idea here that since it was the fans were the ones so supportive of this series, since the support for the series was so strong and still is today, that he decided, you know what, we're going to have ourselves a contest. Well, not a contest, basically have ourselves a deadline. Let all the fans know that if you want your fan art, well, it sort of was a contest, basically, sort of a deadline contest kind of deal. Whoever submitted the fan art to to the comics, oh, that's just my phone ringing. That's nothing important. It's Renton, Washington. I don't know what that is. Isn't it kind of ironic that it rings doing this? That's not surprising. It's been doing that for the past couple of days. But anyway, Brian Ward came up with this idea to have a contest, if not a deadline, to allow fans to submit their artwork in to be part of the packaging. And I'm sure, and that those that did it had the art used. For example, the back here is actually fan artwork. I don't know who did it, but it's fan artwork right there. Now, the discs themselves are also done by the fans. Here is disc 1. This was probably one of the most impressive pictures I had seen online, and I thought to myself, you know, someone's going to use this for covering. Actually, I used it. I actually used it for my DVD plus R recordings of SatAM. I had a friend basically send me some VCD copies, if you will, and I recorded them, and I think this is one of the covers I used. And I told myself I wouldn't be surprised if this got used by someone else, if someone else decided to use it for a cover. And believe it or not, Shout Factory decided to do that. See, you have all the characters. You have Bunny, you got Antoine, you got Sally, you got Sonic, you got Rotor, you got Tails, you got Dulcie. And even though this is disc 1 and 2, basically the first season, you know. In fact, some people, even when this first came out, some people even had a little bit of an argument that this should have been the cover for disc 3 and 4, basically season 2 instead of, you know, season 1, but it's alright. And then on the back, of course, you got other fan art. This is sort of like a, right here, kind of a, one of those stained glass windows kind of arts, and you see a combination of the adventures and the SatAM. Right there, Robotnik. And then on the back here, you have all your bonus. You have your episodes right here. Like disc 1, here's your disc 1 episodes, and then right here is your disc 2 episodes. And then disc 1 has the bonus features of the storyboards for the unproduced opening title sequence and the printable Heads or Tails pilot script. And then disc 2 has the interview with Julie White. We look in. There's the disc, also aligned with fan art, believe it or not. And there's another, that's disc 1. And then right here is disc 2, and believe it or not, they actually used the current eye look of Sonic. And then if you look in there, there's more fan art right there by the fans. Same as right there. More fan art. So basically what they said, as they said at the back of this, it's a DVD for the fans, by the fans. So, and then right here we have disc 3 and 4, and a lot of people said this should have been, like I said, the disc 1 and 2 cover, also done by a fan. And on the back you also have another one done by the fan. And of course you have your episodes. Like right here you have disc 3 has all the episodes from Game Guy to Sonic Conversion to No Brainer to the ever popular Blast of the Past, as well as the short, as well as one of the first shorts of the series, and you got Dulcie episode. And then the bonus feature is the original Dig concept art. And then right here on disc 4 you have all the episodes, including The Void, which was actually, ironically, the last episode I recorded on VHS before my VCR broke down, and it's the prelude to the whole Doomsday Saga. Excuse me there. You got the second short right there, and then you get the final 4 episodes, which many people consider the Doomsday Project Saga. And in fact, the guy in charge, the guy known as the fellow in the coat, the guy that's known as the fellow in the coat, I don't know his name, but he actually has said the same thing about me with these final 4 episodes, that combined together they can make one feature-length film. And I think that's what originally was the idea, to do a feature-length film. And of course you got your bonus features. You got Way Past Cool with a conversation or an interview with Ben Hurst. You got your storyboard to screen, the Doomsday Project. You got deleted and extended sequences, storyboarded. And then in here, of course, you got more fan art with the disc covers. Again, this is another take on the newer look of Sonic. And then of course you got the fan art right there. Heck, you even have an appearance by Knack the Weasel, believe it or not. But you got your fan art right there. You got Knuckles in there. And ironically, Knuckles was actually supposed to be was supposed to appear at the end of the 3rd season, had the 3rd season been, green lighted. And of course you got the covering by another fan art for this one. And this actually looks like it could have been done by Dig Entertainment, but it wasn't. And of course you got the fan art right here. This person I know very well. This person I've met online. This is Jay Foxfire's artwork. I think down here is Chad the Cartoon Nuts. And this is Faded Myth's artwork. So, but yeah, that's basically the DVD in a nutshell right there. So anyway, again, that is the DVD box set of Sonic the Hedgehog SatAM, released in 2002. Now nowadays, the episodes are still being released, but they're being released not by Shout Factory, but by Circle Entertainment. As a matter of fact, recently I was at a Safe Mart, and they have a red box there, and I looked inside, and the red box, well, not looked on inside, but looked on the side of it, and at the bottom it said Sonic the Hedgehog Freedom Fighters Unite. Basically, it was a cover for the new disc. So, so anyway, the episodes are still being released onto DVD even after this. Now, if you don't know about this, the series in a way still continues, but through Archie Comics. Basically, after the series ended, Archie Comics really started to buckle down and say, okay, it's time to get serious. Because when they started the comic with the same characters and everything, it was more or less a combination of adventures and the Saturday morning cartoon. But as soon as the Saturday morning cartoon got canceled, they buckled down.